Welcome to my channel Ratri Theater. Now we discuss about motivation and success in this video. Before that, like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Okay, then let's start the video.
There was a moment when I stood in front of a mountain of debt, with my career falling apart, and I thought I couldn't keep going. I was at my lowest, questioning whether I had made all the wrong decisions. But I kept moving. I kept fighting, and today, I'm living proof that even the hardest challenges can lead to success. Here's how I turned my life around. Introduction. A few years ago, I was in a place where everything seemed to be falling apart. I had just lost my job. I was struggling financially, and on top of that, I was dealing with a personal crisis. My health was deteriorating. I wasn't sure what the future held, but one thing I knew for sure was that I couldn't keep living this way. It was one of the toughest times of my life. But instead of sinking into despair, I made a decision. I wasn't going to give up. I started from nothing and built myself back up. I'm here to show you that no matter how impossible it may seem, you can rebuild your life, too. It won't be easy, but if you stick with it, there's always a way forward. Challenge, start. It all started when I got laid off from my job. I had been working in a corporate office for years, but I had started to feel like something was off. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing anymore, and then suddenly, I got the call I was being let go. At first, I thought it would be a short break, maybe a few weeks to figure things out. But weeks turned into months, and the bills started piling up. I watched my savings drain away, and the weight of the uncertainty crushed me, dealing with health problems that made it hard to get out of bed some days. But then it hit me. This was my chance. I could either let this defeat me or find a way to make a fresh start. I decided to take a leap, and I started thinking about what I really wanted. Was it going to be easy? Of course not. But staying stuck wasn't an option anymore. Mid-challenge. At first, things seemed to get worse before they got better. I tried a few different things, started a freelance career, worked odd jobs, tried to learn new skills online. There were days when I felt like I was going in circles, unsure if anything would stick. But then, there were moments of small victories. Like the first time I landed a freelance gig after months of pitching to clients. It wasn't much, but it was enough to remind me that I could still make things happen. I remember the first check I received for a project I completed. It wasn't a huge amount, but it felt like the world to me at that moment. And then, I landed a bigger project, one that allowed me to pay off some of my bills. I felt the momentum slowly building. But just as things started to look up, life threw another curveball my way. My health took a major downturn, and I had to take time off work to focus on recovery. It was frustrating, and I felt like I had taken one step forward and two steps back. But I reminded myself that every setback was part of the process. I wasn't going to let anything stop me. I kept working when I could, building my network, and learning as much as I could about the industry I was trying to break into. Struggles or setbacks. The toughest struggle came when I felt like I was running out of time. The bills were piling up again, and I wasn't making enough to get ahead. I had to make some difficult choices, like cutting back on things I enjoyed or putting off spending time with family because I had to work. One night, I sat alone in my apartment, staring at my bank account, and I had this sinking feeling I was barely scraping by. I started to question everything. Was I really cut out for this? Was I just setting myself up for failure? But then I remembered a lesson my grandmother once told me. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. It didn't make the struggle any less hard, but I held on to those words. I knew I couldn't let fear or doubt define me. I had to keep pushing through, one small step at a time. Climax. And then it happened. A company I had been networking with for months finally offered me a full-time position. It wasn't exactly what I envisioned when I started, but it was a chance, a real opportunity. At that moment, I realized something. It wasn't just about landing the job or the paycheck. It was about what I'd learned about myself. I had learned to trust in the process, to be patient with myself, and to never stop believing that I could overcome anything. But it wasn't just that job offer, it was everything that led up to it. Every failed attempt, every lesson learned, every challenge I faced prepared me for that moment. And when I got the call, I knew that I had earned it not just through the job search, but through everything I had endured along the way. I had fought for this moment. Conclusion. Today, I'm in a completely different place. That job offer turned into a career I'm passionate about. I'm now living a life I once thought was out of reach. But more importantly, I've learned something powerful. Challenges aren't meant to break you, they're meant to build you. I'm not just talking about financial success or career milestones. I'm talking about personal growth. The journey showed me that even in my darkest moments, I had the strength to rise again. If you're facing your own struggles right now, I want you to know this: you are stronger than you think. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. Keep going. Your breakthrough could be just around the corner. Now, I want to hear your story. What challenges have you faced, and how did you overcome them? Share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you found strength in tough times. If this video resonated with you, I have another one right here: how to stay motivated, even when everything seems against you. Remember, the journey is tough, but you are tougher. Keep pushing forward. You've got this. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ratri Theater, hit the bell icon for more video. Stay tuned. End.